All right, perfect. All right. So we've got our first match of this tournament. It's going to be Rob Lucci versus the Foxy. And let me get the Foxy leader up there because, I mean, I know what this leader does. You know what this leader does, right, Ying? But we need to
Yeah.
we need to tell everyone else, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not something you expect from a lot of players.
No.
It's you might find a Foxy like if you go to a big tournament, you'll find a Foxy in one in maybe 100, maybe less.
Yeah, I would not expect to see. I mean, like round one, where it's the Wild West, sure. After a couple rounds, unless I'm doing not so good, unlikely. It's not the matchup that you'd be expecting to pivot into, right?
Yeah, for sure. But you never know. Like he might have solved the meta and be that one guy that's undefeated for round 5, round 6, maybe even board.
Yeah. So essentially, what this does is that you get this Dawn -2 or Dawn at minus what 3 effect from him.
3. Dawn -3.
Yeah, and with it, if you have 3 or more Foxy Pirate type characters selected, your opponent's rested leader are up to their character cards, and it can't become active until your opponent's next refresh phase. Which being able to stun Rob Lucci leader is actually pretty good since it's really dependent on its when attacking effect.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what makes it even better is it's stunning 2, right? So you stun these 2, they're don't become active, they stay rested, right?
Yeah.
So essentially it becomes a 10 cost Stoffy or 5 cost Bonney. And you can do it again the following turn.
Yeah, and we're playing out the 3 cost.
That looks like Porsche. That was Porsche.
Yeah,
Yes,
Porsche. So it's probably like what the best card in this deck actually, right?
it is the engine of the deck.
Yeah, you need to see Porsche for you to have a chance, I think. So on play Dawn -1, look at top 5 cards, reveal Foxy Pirates, add it to your hand, then place the rest of the bottom, and then you can play up to 1 purple character with a cost of 4k power less from your hand. So kind of like a Rebecca-like effect, and we were able to play out the Pickles, which is a 3-drop 4k.
Yep. And if you don't know, Pico, if you have less than Work onto your opponent, your Foxy Pirate characters, other than Pickles, cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effect. So you just leave it up there and don't rest it. So
Yeah.
So Lucci not being able to KO cards, Kaku not being able to KO cards, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, Pickles protects itself, right? And it's not like an auto, it's just like a, I guess, permanent kind of effect, right? So you can get rid of the Pickles itself, but you won't be able to get rid of the Porsche.
Yes. Now, the biggest thing is Foxy needs to be able to get to 7 so they can play that Foxy character. That is when it really pops off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we're able to. I'm sure we'll find it soon, but we did use a combination of the Rob Lucci, the stage, and our Brook to get rid of the Pickles. So again, if Pickles could protect itself, man, that'd be insane.
Well, yeah, that'd be insane. But with Brook on board, something's gonna remove every single turn.
Yeah, like Brook is such a great card, especially since your leader, like. You get rid of a 4 cost with a combination of your leader when attacking, your stage, and your Brook when attacking. So it's just very, very strong for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what makes the stage even better is the fact it's a trigger as well, so you don't even have to play it. If it's that first life, you are golden.
Yeah, I've hit the stage off life, and like I've given my opponent stage. I'm like, man, like we're both from Digimon. It's like giving your opponent a free tamer. It feels really bad.
It feels awful, especially when it's that memory tamer you're about to lock them to 1.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, okay, cool. Well, there goes the entirety of what my plan of this turn was going to be.
Oh, absolutely! Like it's the worst feeling, especially for if you look at it from One Piece side. You can think of it this way: you're about to go for lethal, and then you hit a beige.
Yeah,
that is how bad it feels.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to that.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we are playing a 1-drop, and the 1-drop's name is Gina. There is an awful amount of glare, I will say, on Matthew's side, so that's a little bit unfortunate Gina, there.
If your leader has Foxy Pirates, so I'm about to skip that for a good number because most of the Foxy Pirate cards, they are Foxy Pirate
only. Yeah.
Only, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to like Vince. They learned their lesson with Vinsmoke because Yeah, so much, so many things got taken advantage of it with red purple law, right?
Oh yeah, by far. And Gina is a ramp.
Yeah.
So it's a one cost ramp for the deck, which is amazing.
And a 2K and searchable, but you do have to be at equal or less, right? So it's not just unconditional, but
Yeah.
for the deck for a 2K, it's not too bad.
Yes. So, and you're constantly doing a Dawn minus effect one way or another. So you're getting your Dawn back. It's just that you're going to cost one extra card.
Let's see. We just started this tournament, by the way. I was setting up. We were doing some pre-stream before this, so live stream's about for 4 hours. Tournament's been literally 5 minutes.
I do need some assistance. Can you tell what's next to Porsche?
Yeah, I can show that. Yeah, we'll have to let them know about their glare. Unfortunately, that needs to be a little bit better. But it is the 3-drop. It is the Ito Mimizu.
All right, here we go again for the effect. If you don't know, if your leader is Foxy Pirate, and you do not have any other characters in play by the same name, you can add up to one of Dawn rested from your Dawn deck. And this is an active main effect. So you just constantly do it every single turn. It doesn't require you to have less than or equal Dawn than your opponent. You can just keep on doing it. So 3 cost is essentially Onigashima.
Yeah, and
character.
I believe we use the -3 effect from Foxy as well. So they will not be able to attack with their leader or their Brook this next turn.
Yes. Let's see. Well, Brook can still attack. They don't become active.
Let me reread. Oh, you just select up to one rested leader and one. I see. Yeah.
Yes. So
Cool.
Brook can still attack. It can, well, remove the Porsche because attack life, -1 for the Porsche because it got -2 from the stage already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the stage does help this even with the Brook. So.
Mm-hmm. Trigger. That is a trigger.
All right, and that is, I believe,
it is the 3 cost Megadon 9-tail rush. It is essentially your kid leader effect, green kid leader effect. That's what it does.
I see. Yeah, and in life you get an extra Dawn, which I think is helpful in this situation too. So,
Definitely.
And it's just one of your Foxies, so it can be the character, can be the leader, whatever you want.
Yep.
And then on Justin's side, we are going to be playing the 5-cost Sabo, draw 2, trash 2, and get protection.
We're on 6 Dawn to 6 Dawn, I believe. Yep, 6 to 6. Then Ito Mimizu can ramp another Dawn again. It is activate main effect. Only thing is, it does come out rested, so he won't be able to play the character yet. So we have to see from here.
All right. Yeah. So 6 Dawn to work with, and unfortunately, like our big boss monster card, right? It costs what, 7 Dawn with the Foxy?
Correct, 7. And that Brook is a problem. It needs to get removed, and there's a Sabo on the other side. That's also a problem.
And I mean, if we can't remove it, we could use like our leader effect to give it -3 to not restand. Correct. But then we're just getting farther away than our top end.
Yeah, and here's the Chopper. Chopper on play if your board has less than a good Dawn than your opponent, and you can ramp. So it's nearly every single card, if not every single card, actually just ramps in this deck.
Yeah, but you'll kind of see like the issue with it where we just have a lot of like weenies, right? Like we have a lot of cards that do something, but they're all like 0 attack, or like they don't have any real board presence, right?
Yeah. So we're going 9 Is he going 9 at lead or 9 to Brook? And the thing is, it's a when attacking effect, so you can't just activate it. He has to attack to do it. So if you can, so does go 9 at lead and stunning the Brook and the leader. The only thing is, if you went at the Brook, he probably would take it. Just let the Brook go.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can do it again, but on something else the following turn. But we are at 5, going to 7 the following turn, so it is possible to play the Foxy character. Will this be a Moria play?
Yeah. Also, Ito doesn't care if you have more Dawn than your opponent.
Correct.
Yeah, you can just ramp whatever.
Yes. Ito is at any point. It's Gina is the only one that requires you to be equal to or less.
Yeah, and so we have what, 7 Dawn or 8 Dawn? I think we have 7 Dawn, right, for Rob Lucci?
Well, no, they're on 8.
8, okay.
They are on 8. They are on the even curve.
They are on the Moria play if you want to and if you got it.
Yep. I mean, he did turn the Sabo sideways. I think we're expecting a Moria to come down.
Yeah, I mean, you're at 3 life. They've got a whole of their cards on their board have 0, right? So you don't even mind that, right?
You don't, because they're all 0 power. That's the thing about Foxy. The Foxy that can ramp fast, as long as you get your pieces, of course. The only problem is all your key cards, especially at the low end, they're all 0 power, 3k power, 4k power. The only thing that's not is Porsche, and the Porsche got removed almost instantly.
Yeah. Oh, the E-Show.
Oh.
Now we don't
set up the E-Show. Anything can be removed following turn.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have we don't have 6 or more cards in hand, but yeah, E-Show's been such a good presence in this game since OP07 has dropped.
Oh yeah, because E-Show's can be played in every single black deck simply because you can. You can play in Black Yellow Luffy for that mirror match, and also it does help you get to that cost point for you to use your Egghead Luffy's effect.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is that we want a searchable boss monster, right? Moria's not there outside of, the Moria leader more times than not. So being able to you find it off brand new is very, very nice.
Oh yeah, and I believe that was Ragnarok. So just straight up KO it. Just get that Isha out of here. I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes sense because again, like being able to give -3 to everything on your board gets a lot. Mm-hmm. And we did get the Ragnarok, which is just great. Is that from EBO1, right? I think it is.
Is EBO1. You can ramp as well.
Yeah.
And that's a good chance to attack over the Brook without using your effect. So you can just ramp a little, take cards out of their hand, let the Brook go, and that's fine. Did he not ramp?
We must not have.
Nor
did we use leader effect, I don't think, right?
No, we definitely did not use leader effect. We used the Ragnarok to do -1 because you have to -1 for the effect. He should have 4 rested, and then he does have Ito Bimizu.
Yeah, I could have missed it, but I don't know if we used that effect because we still have the conditions met for it.
Yeah, we definitely do. So looks like he's going to 8 Dawn next turn, unless the Dawns are stacked and I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean this is definitely a deck that just has a lot of buttons to press, so it's very easy to miss one.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
So going with 7. At this point, I think it's worth just use the chopper now, right? Because you rather use the chopper and lose 2 cards.
Hey, Ying, weird ruling that I just confirmation from you. You have 9 cards in your trash. You play Tempest Kick. Does it count as the 10th copy for its second effect or not?
Correct. It does. Because what's different about One Piece versus Digimon? One Piece, when you play an event, it's already in trash. The event is played in the trash. so it will count itself. The ruling is the same for King Kong from set 4 with Rebecca.
Cool. Just wanting a consensus on that one. Just before, just for rulings, because that was I appreciate the input on that one.
It does occur because this is something that happened before. It's you have to stay consistent in that ruling, which is similar to King Kong, like I just mentioned, where you're 14 and you play that, it's 15, you will get the extra crit.
Or the double attack, but yeah.
The double attack,
Anyways, we're just gonna get hit by a Moria, and if you haven't seen this combo, it's pretty dang good.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
This is so scary.
What did we add? Can we add?
He added
Spandam? Can you add
Spandine? Spandine. It's a 3. It's.
I thought you added the 1 cost.
No, he added Spandine.
Okay.
The other one.
Okay.
The one that Spandine is the one that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, he added the 1 drop. Yeah. That was from the 1 drop search. Yeah.
Oh, he added 1 drop?
Yeah, he searched off 1 drop. He found himself. You can't add yourself. Yeah,
you definitely cannot do that. When I saw the Spandine earlier, I thought that was off of Rebecca.
I think he just grabbed the 1/1. He just corrected it.
Okay. I missed it then.
Yeah.
But Spandine searchers generally cannot search itself unless you're the resting searcher, I believe. The ones where you need to rest and then search.
Yeah, any of the 1 drop searchers, can't find any cards that count themselves, which is why 4 cost Rebecca being named Rebecca is so unfortunate, because the only searcher that Dressrosa has is the 1 drop Rebecca, right?
Yeah. Oh, here's the 3. Here comes a Porsche. Going for the search. What are we gonna search for now?
But yeah, what I meant to say too is that and we didn't end up going into it, which I think is fine. But the Rebecca into Spandine into Rob Lucci is just a disgusting play that this deck can generate.
Absolutely, yeah. Because even without that, it's just the amount of advantage you get out of it is insane.
Yeah,
because you're playing you get to play 2 4 costs off of your Moria pretty much, and then you have your leader to do the -1. You have the stage to do the -2.
And you don't.
And then of course you have Tempest Kicks.
Yeah, and you really do not mind Rob Lucci being rested because it's a 6K, so they need to usually give some more cards to get rid of it. And it's a real nasty play when especially you have 3 additional reduction from leader and stage that you get to do for 0 Dawn investment.
Yeah. And you can't forget, back in when we were playing Sakazuki, we have players that play the Lucci rested because now you have a pseudo Whitebeard leader.
Yeah, 5Ks, them rested is rough, but against most leaders in this game, a 6K is pretty hard to clear unless you already have board as is.
So we have a Sanji. Sanji is only 3 cost because you have less Dawn. And then we will use the Foxy leader effect to stun 2 bodies. In this case, it will be Rob Lucci +1.
Yeah, so likely the Brook.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah, and we did play out, as you said, the new Sanji. So we do have less Dawn than our opponent. So it is a 3 cost?
Yes, 3 cost. 3 cost, 6K blocker, and a 2K counter. They gave it so much.
They gave it so and that's why it's been so good in decks like Trafalgar Law, where you can do the -3 immediately, and you are already probably less, so then you can play it off the leader effect.
Yeah, they gave this card way too much utility, I believe.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's not game breaking, but it's strong enough to the point where if you're playing purple and you're doing Dawn minus, it's a must-have.
Yeah, I wish they gave it in Smoke Family. I think that deck needed another searchable 2K and they needed a blocker, to be honest, right? Like a more generic blocker. And this could have been Yeah, I mean the Yonji is just like you have a hard time finding room to play the 2-drop and it at the same time.
Hmm.
So just being able to have Sanji as another 2K that you can play for 3 Dawn as a blocker, that's a 6K all the time, is probably just what helpful for the deck.
It does allow the deck to do a little bit more of that instead of just everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
But we are in a pretty tight spot now. And when I say pretty tight, I mean very tight spot for Foxy. We have two characters that do essentially nothing, but we do have the Pickles, I believe. That is Pickles, right?
Yeah, that is Pickles. So everything besides Pickles has protection, which is good when they're trying to KO your blocker, but
Well, everything but the Sanji in this case.
yeah. Oh, it only, yeah, that's right, because it only gives protection to your Foxy Pirate cards.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be busted otherwise.
Oh yeah. But this is not looking pretty. We do already have the Mori on the opponent's side. There's a Lucci coming down. Like, oh my goodness. The board is just getting scarier and scarier.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, we get the removal of the Pickles there. I mean, Sanji being a 6 cost but being able to play for less is a really good way to counteract what Black usually does, because they get their removal based on cost. So
Yes. Yes. And Sanji's, like you said, Sanji's only 3 costs in hand, 6 costs on board.
yeah,
There's the swing. Takes and 2 life. There's still 6 dawns active on the other side. But not enough cards in hand. You're just so far behind at this point.
yeah. And I think this is also like a deck that can really take advantage of 4-cost Reiju. I'm not sure if they're running it or not, but it does seem helpful. And we're going to just go 7 into life with the Sabo. And with 5 more Dono, I think they're going to probably play another Sabo, right?
Potentially, yeah. Because you're at the point where, all right, I don't need my blockers. I won't lose even if they're rested. I can swing with them. But a lot of people just don't attack with blockers because they're afraid of losing a character, losing a life, losing the blocker itself.
Yeah.
But they are characters meant to attack as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of players, like, again, going back to Digimon, the first blockers that existed, they had this, when attacking you lose 2 memory kind of deal.
Yes.
So I think a lot of people were conditioned to not attack with them. But yeah, in this game, definitely a lot of blockers are good for swing, because something like Borsalino, sure, it's a 6K blocker, but you could attack as a 5K. And if you kind of reason yourself where, you know what, I was going to block most of their attacks anyways, unless it's like dire that I have a blocker up, you can really be liberal with a lot of your attacks.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but that was discarded off of our Lucci player's hands. So I'm not sure if a lot of people play it in Lucci. Because yes, it doesn't KO, it just straight removes the piece. So it does play around the Sabo that you're gonna see in a lot of Black Mirrors.
But more importantly, in this match, it plays around the Pickles.
You're right. It just sends them to the trash.
Yeah.
It doesn't KO. I'm just gonna pick you up and put you in the trash.
Yeah, I think that Brook's it's a tech card for sure. I wish it was a 5-drop 5K instead of a 6-drop 6K, but that's fine. Yeah. We also do have the new, what's it called, like Nightmare Luffy, I think people call it. That has the same wording. It just sends it to trash, so it gets around a lot of protection, which is really nice.
It definitely is. It's definitely one of those tech cards that people are consider running or already are running. There are a lot of cards you can run in Lucci because there's so many good cards. The pool for the deck is pretty huge.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
All right, so we're deciding we're going to play our 3rd copy of Porsche.
Yeah. We're not playing Vlad now. It feels like we're playing Red Purple Law at this point.
Yeah.
Where you're just constantly Dawn minus and you don't have a choice because you're set so far behind and you're forced to do so.
Yeah. And we find another Ito, which we could use.
Yeah.
Yep. Get the Dawn back. But yeah, this is just like more of what I'm saying. Like, yeah, sure, we get a lot of bodies on boards, but they're mostly just weenies. They do have some effects, but you're never pressuring Lucci. And currently with 2 blockers active, Sabo's effect active as well, there's just like not a lot that we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where it's you're trying not to lose, but you're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
We do get to that point pretty often with certain decks where you have a bunch of blockers to make sure you don't lose, or like Rebecca Sabo or Sabo Sabo, Rebecca, any sort of combination. You don't lose it there because you have those multiple blockers, but you're not winning because you're not attacking with your, or you don't have any big attacks or no big boss on board.
Yeah, and we just I don't know if we just use our leader effect a bit aggressively. I know it's a weird balance when we have to balance between getting cards like we need to stall out so we don't lose, but at the same time we need to use some effects or we want to get to the higher end. And this didn't look like we were able to get quite enough Dawn to play our 7 or 9 costs.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there because it's not even just that. It's you do have Bon Clay that you can run in deck, so having a Bon Clay would be extremely good because then you can match the Moria power, but then he was never able to play it. You don't have Kid, you can't ramp your Dawns back after Dawn minusing.
Yeah.
You don't have draw cards right now. You're using every card. It's so many cards in your hand. You're down to 5 cards. That's not a lot with only 1 life.
All right. Well,
we do have 3 attackers here.
Yeah, so
we could try and push.
Yeah, it looked like they did use the leader effect. I think they considered not, but based on where Dawn is, I think they actually did use leader effect, right?
Yeah, he stunned the Moria and the leader. Because right here you can swing 9, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
You can takes each 9 will take a 3 card. So 3 cards for first 9.
Mm-hmm.
The second 9 he has to take, and then 10 he has to block with the Sanji or take it. At that point, it's what do I do anymore?
Yeah,
that's every single card in their hand and can't deal with it. Oh, unless he's gonna KO the Sanji right here. We do Tempest Kick -3. We have our stage. Do we have a removal?
Yeah, stage with Rob Lucci gets there. Stage with a Brook gets there. Stage with Rebecca into Brook gets there. Kaku gets there. A lot of cards get rid of the Sanji.
Yeah, and after that, you still have 3 cards that have a base power of 6k. So you just swing 7s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's even with Great Eruption being around, like Tempest Kick in this deck that just so consistently gets to 10 Dawn is really good. But all right, we're gonna make the Sanji cost 0. Oh, we're gonna get a double remove. I see.
Yep, it looks like it's gonna be a Lucci.
Or Spandine, because I think we still have that in hand from earlier.
Oh, you're right, because you can Spandine into the Lucci in the trash if there's a one in the trash. There's the 4. So you got 1 use, 2 use, 4 use, 3 Dawns active. Oh, Rebecca. You can Rebecca into Spandine.
Rebecca into Spandine into... Okay. Honestly,
what do you play the Spandine over? Do you play over Rebecca or do you play over Moria?
I think we play it over Rebecca. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play over Rebecca. Same thing. Yeah, you don't really need it anymore. It's really just to play the card.
Yeah. I think if we had Rebecca in hand, though, we could have just gone for game. We spend 4 Dawn to... what?
Instead of
using like the Helm Epo, right?
Yeah, it could have just removed the blocker, and then you're down to you have 5 Dawns remaining. You can swing 7. I believe would be the correct number. First swing being 7, taking 2 cards. You'll be down to 3. You'll have 4 Dawns left. Then go either 8 or 7, 9. I think 8 will be a better number in this case.
Yeah.
It was went for board.
Yeah. And I might have missed it. They might have Did they bottom deck with Spandine?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
he did.
Okay. Because I saw that it's bottom deck with Lucci. I didn't immediately see the. But yeah, with 2 bodies on board, yeah, unlikely they can do anything here with 0 life. 2 0Ks. I think Justin got this one.
Yeah, that's 2-0K's a bit rough here. You can't even go 5-5-5 because you don't have enough Dawn.
Yeah, because we're not at 10.
Yeah.
And there's the concede.
Yep. It's unfortunate. The Foxy Pirate player, he did see his early game ramp, which it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty good. However, for Lucci, he saw the early Brook, which then caused him to like, I need to deal with this Brook. If I don't deal with this Brook, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So Brook has to be dealt with. And after dealing with the Brook, he still has to ramp again and get back to the part where he's able to play the big boss card, but they're just not there.
For sure.
I really like the blue support we got. It's just not just for Boa. It's just Warlords. They got a lot of good support.
They did.
And Perfume Femmer, it's so good.
It is. Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I can spend enough. Like, 2 Dawn is expensive in Boa that has all these like 9 and 10 cost cards we want to play, but
yeah,
man, when it goes off, like, you get it steals you wins for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you're not like you're used to playing against red and yeah, all right, I have Jambe. This is a set 7. This is a blue Jambe here that gives you power as well.
Here, 1 second. The timer's off.
It's
because it says we're in overtime right now, which we are.
Oh,
defo not. No, not yet. All right, cool. All right, Boa though. Boa's a leader. Let's put that on the screen right there. And let me correct this clock too.
Let me pull up our deck list over here.
Sure thing.
Quick. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Now, if you were telling me these were the players and these were the leaders, I would almost say that Cody would be the one I thought was going to be on Boa, right?
Yeah. If you tell me who's playing, the first thing I say, like, what deck do you think each player is playing without showing a leader, right? The first thing I would say, if it's Cody, I'm like, Dofi? Boa? One of those two, right? Yeah, he loves his blue.
He does. Like, the first time I saw him enter one of my tournaments, he was playing Ivankov, and I don't think he won, but I think he got like second place with it. He won X1 for sure.
Definitely amazing. He is also a very, very good player.
Very good player.
We do have a Boa here, and
yeah, it looks like we're playing our 1-drop searcher. It's another Navy searcher, but it's Navy type only, right? It searches 7 warlords.
Yeah, which is, I find it very, very awkward. Where, all right, I have a Navy type searcher that searches 7 warlord. Why is it not a 7 warlord type searcher searching for a 7 warlord?
Yeah. Now I get like the lore, right? Or like the lore, what the warlords are. So it makes sense, but it is a little goofy.
It definitely is. Like, I do like how they're implementing the lore here, because it is Sengoku. He was the one that pushed or advocated for this warlord style.
Yeah. And
which also makes sense for it to be Sengoku being the searcher. Yes,
for sure. But we're going to just use Sengoku for another just 5k swing. We know that they're not going to be able to... they're probably going to remove the Sengoku if we don't have another target for the law effect, if they want to try to tempo it out. So going down to 3 life already. Going to start with a 5k swing. Ideally at life, but could be at Sengoku. Yeah, at life.
Yep. It's your famous... Turn 1, searcher. Turn 2, 5/5. It's the famous 5/5 move that almost every deck will do if they have that ability to do so.
Yeah, and we're going to use the Ein here, so we're going to go up to 5 Dawn. We're going to use our leader effect -3, which will get rid of the Sengoku as alluded to. And we do have the Sachi Penguin. Pretty standard play for this deck, being able to essentially play 2 bodies out that are 4-drop 5Ks without really losing any Dawn.
Actually did not lose any.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you start at 4, ramp 1, -4, not -4, -3, +2. Essentially, overall, it's a ±0, and there's 2 bodies.
Yeah, and the fact that Sachi and Penguin is a 4-drop 5k is very helpful for this deck.
Very, very helpful. But we are on 5 Dawn. We get the 6k in swing first. Takes the 6. We're now down to 2, and here's the Moria to grab the blocker Dofi back.
Yeah.
They're
So
playing very fast.
they sure are, and this Moria is actually pretty cracked because it gets any warlord besides itself. Unfortunately, like the 4-drop 6k is called Gecko Moria, so there are some times you'd rather get that. But the big thing you really want to try to do is play the new Jimbei from the set to kind of swarm the board yourself, and not seeing that early kind of hurts.
Definitely, because the new Jimbei does allow you to play another 4-cost or lower 7 warlords, and other than Jimbei, don't forget that from your hand.
Yeah. And that's why like a 4-drop 6k is nice. We've seen the Edward Weevil that was dropped in EBO1 getting a lot of value. Just some good cards you can play off of it. A 4-drop 6k that draws a card that you played for free is amazing.
Very, very so. Because it's just Blue has a lot of good cards here. Let's not put it down. Blue has a lot of good cards. It's not just one card good. It's if you go for the entire archetype, there are a multitude of good cards. You got to pick and choose. What do you value more? What do you like more? What are you looking for now? Is the 6k more valuable? Is the 5k more valuable? Is the effect more valuable? Or is the counter more valuable?
Yeah. And I think the big issue with Blue right now is that there are, as you said, good cards, and the Warlord's archetype is pretty good with it. The bigger issue is that we just don't have a lot of like a good, consistent, generic blue deck, right? Like Boa is kind of generic, but you have to run a lot of Warlord stuff. Dofi's not generic. Ivankov's not generic, right? We kind of have to subscribe to an archetype if we want the real value from one of these blue decks. And none of the archetypes are super duper good. I think the best one is the Warlords, which again got the benefit of new cards, but sometimes is a little clunky too.
Yeah. Let's going back to when you talked about Gecko Moria, grabbing Gecko Moria, right? If you think about it, it's a very good thing you can't grab Gecko Moria.
Oh, sure.
Because if it's blue-black decks, you can grab an 8-cost Gecko Moria.
Yeah. Is 8-drop Gecko Moria Warlord? I don't think he is. He might be.
I don't think so. No, you can grab Durla Bark as well, I believe.
Gotcha. I'm now just curious. I don't think he's a Warlord, is he? Oh, he sure is. That's so funny. All right. Blue Black is back. Use Rebecca. Use the new promo Sakazuki. We got a Warlord's Thriller Bark engine waiting for you.
Oh, man. But we do have Gravity Blade to remove bodies.
Yeah, we got rid of the Kitten Killer as well as the Shiraya. And I think we were at the card count that we were able to get a card draw from this. So honestly, like the issue with blue sometimes is like finding the advantage where you can, because you do get a draw card off this. Like it's also like Ivankov, you get to draw 2 or 4 cards at the end of your turn. But if the sequencing isn't right, if you have one too many cards in hand, you lose a lot of that value.
Oh yeah.
Man, chat, don't give me ideas that Sengoku can find Black Moria. That is.
Oh, that.
I will make the new Sakazuki leader work. I'll bring him back.
That's a spice right there for sure.
Yeah, he just A's, not color restricted, not anything. Oh man, jeez.
Wait, why Sakazuki though? Why not Rebecca? Why not blue black Rebecca?
I mean, we could. I won't say we can't. But I like my leaders when they can attack.
Yeah, that is also true. All right, Cody does play a Kid and a Reiju. It is the universal. I will now have control of the board consistently, and I have a hand. I will always replenish that hand.
Yeah. And it's kind of, this is like the issue. Like Boa is really good. If we had like a Jimbei out earlier and we were able to establish a couple bodies on board, cards like Gravity Blade are really good here because we get the tempo back and we're able to push advantage. But without having those, it looks like Law is just going to be continuing to fill the board even though we remove it.
Yeah. I mean, we did use one Gravity Blade already. Do we have another Gravity Blade? Oh, 6 cost Boa to stun.
Yeah, so we're gonna stun something with the boa, and then we're able to get rid of the Otama, which if we have less cards in hand, we can free draw off that, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, that is also true. So Reiji gets stunned. The Tama's gone. Get that free draw. Any advantage is very, very welcome.
Yeah.
We are at 3 dons. 3 dons remaining. Is it gonna be a Dofi or is it gonna be an 8K swing?
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
an
it's gonna
8K
be
swing.
Yeah, 8.
I would assume this is gonna go at one of the bodies, right? Not life. He goes at life.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just go at life thing. All right, I'm gonna pressure you down to 0. You do get extra card in hand, so it's less likely for another Reiju to be played unless multiple cards are played this turn. Cody's at 7 cards in hand, I believe.
Yes, that's a good amount of cards, right? More cards than Boa for sure.
Oh yeah. And that Boa was probably sticking. 8K power, you need 2 power reduction cards. Minimum. Do we have the 2 power reduction? What are your thoughts on EBO1 Chopper? Let's go with that.
It's better when Moria's not in the meta, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And like the reason we're seeing I think more 3-cost Zoras is because on curve, they're very difficult for people with Great Eruption gone and with Sakazuki gone. Not a lot of decks can interact with that free value and free ramp you get from it. So in the same vein, I think blockers are a little bit stronger in this meta. I think Chopper is good, but I don't know if Chopper's better than adding a Shiraya to the deck.
I'm still wondering between the two because Shiraya, I believe Shiraya is a must-have. Like, it's so good in so many more matchups than Chopper will ever be.
Yeah.
But Chopper itself, being that when attacking minus 3K, you inherently have a permanent Gordon, and it's reusable. Once it's rested, and now it's still a blocker. They will attack into the Chopper because they need to remove it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Shiraya just does really well into Black Ale Luffy, which we're going to see a lot more of than I think what the Chopper value is going to be. So, and the other thing too is that like if you only have like leader attack or just one attack on board, like Shiraya block 1K gets out of like stuns an entire turn by itself is pretty silly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. If they can put whatever amount of Don on their leader, Shiraya. It's fine. It's just block 1K anyway.
All right, so we did a 5 with leader. We've got I think 6 or 7 Dawn open.
Yeah, it's the 5 galore. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Second 5 cost kid. That's
and 2 manga ones. Dang, I'm making them look good.
Yeah. Student Dawn Miner said, "All right, I'm just gonna play another body. I'm assuming this is gonna be a Reiju, right? Is it Reiju? No,
Bon
it's
Clay.
Bon Clay.
So
Bon
we get
ramp, double ramp. Oh my god!
We just untapped 3, right? Like that's insane.
Yeah. Oh my. Because you have 4 Dawn, nearly every card in the deck is 4. Of course, you can just play another body. Oh yep. Now it's Reiju.
Yes.
Yeah. Now it's Reiju. Yep.
Yeah, and we use the cards correctly to be low enough on life totals, or sorry, card totals, so we get that, and we'll just see if Cody gets, cheesed by a single attack. I mean, also Gravity Blade here is pretty scary. It can win you the game too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely scary. The only thing is that Bon Clay is super good right now.
Yeah.
It's an 8K. That's not 1K. Don't let it fool you.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Bo is probably going to survive the 6-drop 8K. We are at 3 life though, so that does help us on surviving. But our hand size is low, and we really just need a way to start pressuring some removal.
Yeah, I mean, from way the Dawn's separated, is it gonna be another Boa? or is it gonna be like a red rock? Is it gonna be what we got?
Yeah.
We're starting with an 8.
Yeah, so this is with 2 blockers up. Yeah, taking a block there. Not too surprising. Oh, we're gonna save it though with the 2K 1K. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think Cody has to be afraid of a potential perfume farmer.
Mm-hmm.
So if an attack goes at leader, I think he has to block it.
Yeah. I think getting the block itself is good. The save is a little questionable, but when you have another blocker up and they only have a leader swing, it's probably fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, and if they play like a big 10-drop Kaido or something crazy big, you do get like the effect there. But it looks like we're going to use Red Rock. It's going to get rid of, I'm assuming, the other Eustace Kid.
Yes.
We're going to get a card draw, and then we can put 4 Dawn underneath our Boa to be able to get rid of the other blocker if we want to. We can go even for
so 5 at lead.
5 at lead. Okay, yeah, easy 1K out,
and then playing a body. Then
Moria.
Okay.
Again, this can be a really scary matchup because if you go down to 0 life, again, you can just get burnt out by the femur.
Oh yeah. So you got to be afraid. It's one of those moments. All right, they can't run it. It's a Jambe. You got to be afraid for that.
All right.
Well, it works on your leader. It works on your characters. Your entire deck is essentially a warlord, so it works on everything.
Yeah, we're gonna start with a quick 5. The other thing is that Boa's cards in life for Boa are not nothing, right? There's a lot of good cards that can be in that life.
Yeah, I mean, there could be triggers there. I mean, we've seen Red Rock played. We've seen Gravity being played. You could hit into one of them. If hit into a Gravity Blade, there goes the kid. There goes potentially the Bon Clay as well.
Yeah. And looks like we're just going 5 in the lead.
5 galore. Another 5.
Oh man, Oh no.
There's the Red Rock. So
yeah, you should have attacked with that first. Yeah. 100%. Because you could at least have pressured out the 8-drop Boa with the Bon Clay and then like gone a removal, but we'll see.
Now he has to remove one of them. It's another blocker. It's another
blocker.
Okay, so we do have another blocker. So I would still feel pretty safe for now because another blocker got played. All you have to do is remove the Moria. Yep. Looks like Moria's probably going to get removed here.
Yeah, and then we're going to get the -3, which will get an extra Dawn for something else. Do we have another? No, we have a Kid and Killer, right? Kid and Killer is pretty good.
Yeah, but we're down to 1 card in hand.
But this is going to get rid of the Boa 100%, right?
Oh, 100%. That's a lot. That's what? 8 to 8 plus 4 more, 12K at the 8K Boa.
Yeah, but unless we're not winning this next turn's Boa. I don't think there's any combination of cards, or unless we play like Rush Usopp, we forget to block with something and then like use the femur. But okay, all right.
We got another Boa. Okay, stunning the kid, not the kid. The
Kid and Killer.
It's Kid and Killer.
Yeah. And then
big
we
swing,
can
9K.
Shiraya, and if we have a 1K, get out of it. Oh, we're gonna just go down to 0. Okay.
I'm going down to 0. I'm gonna try to go for a game following turn.
Oh, that is pretty good.
That's very good. Ramp 1.
And
he is not at 6, so he doesn't get the draw.
No. But that's still fine.
Yeah. But now that's 6 attacks on board. He's representing 6 attacks. There's 2 life and 2 cards in hand.
Missile Sunday loves to be that last life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You think you're okay? I'll go for game. And 6 is already starting to be good. All right, these are good numbers.
7.
And likely getting there. Another 7.
7. Take 2 cards. And there was no trigger either, so
2K, 1K, another 7, put me to 0. Off 0 cost. Yeah, not getting there.
No,
GG.
Not it. Nope. We
Man,
needed grabbing the blade was a must-have right there.
we had to win that turn because we had two non-counters in hand. I mean, if we didn't attack with blocker, perhaps, but that was our first attack to make sure we got that value before we got hit by the gravity blade or something.
Oh yeah, but oh man, that's Cody just had control majority the entire game. I said that board was huge.
Yeah, but it was a tightrope, right? Like if you gave up a little bit of pressure or you took like one more extra hit or something, you could lose on the crackback very quickly.
Easily. You have to be careful too, because like you said, if you're at 0, that lethal turn can potentially come at you.
Yeah, for sure. So
it's just a single card. You're putting your opponent on. Do you run that one single card to put me at lethal?
Mm-hmm. But I think it was a really close game, and a big shout out to Tyrese. I think that really went down to the wire.
Just listen, at least.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of different builds of Perona lately. I'm kind of in this mindset, like, all right, Sakazuki was the best leader in set 6 to take advantage, or tied with Moria perhaps to take advantage of 8-cost Moria. Who's the next best multicolor leader to do it? And Perona,
multicolor?
Yeah, because like we had the blue-black leader with Sakazuki, which could take advantage of the dual typing pretty quick or easy.
Yes.
And so like this Perona good. I did some testing with Kiros today. I think there's like a lot of unexplored territory with I don't know. Moria is such a good card, right?
Yeah, it's a very good generic card. It's just the application of the card is humongous. Being a 8-cost that essentially becomes a 14-cost turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we are getting set up real quick. If you don't know what Perona does, it is an older leader from OP06, and honestly, one of the leaders that really celebrates the fact that Sakazuki's not around, especially because we do have kind of this new engine with the Wano package. So it's this package that green gets that's very generic. It lets you get a lot of card draw, and it again takes advantage of Moria playing 2 different bodies on the board, which you're able to get more value from as well.
Oh, absolutely. Because the best thing about this engine is you can't search Moria. Moria is unsearchable.
Yeah.
Sabo is unsearchable. Like you want to be able to get to them, and the best way to get to them, draw.
Yeah. Yeah, and draw does definitely help. And there again, like I think Moria was, or not Moria, but Sakazuki was really good at making sure that you didn't have bodies on board if you needed a Hound Blaze anyways. There's a lot of cards that just got hit accidentally in that way. So making it harder for your opponent to clear your board from these 1-cost weenies means that card draw is very easy to make.
Yeah, and the best thing is these 1-cost weenies, like they're stuck on the board. You don't do anything with them. You don't mind resting them.
Yeah.
And then if you're resting like one of the big characters for your late game turn, so let's say you have 9 Dawn supposedly, and you play Moria, you have 1 extra Dawn active.
Yeah.
You can rest the Moria, you can rest the 4-cost, you can rest the Ryuma. You now have a pseudo 6k leader with the Ryuma if they remove it, or if they try to remove Moria, you now have a pseudo 9k leader, even better.
Yeah, I think this Otama is really good. I think that overall I'm happy that it's color locked to only finding Wano cards that are green. But man, I do wish it could find like the yellow ones or the red ones. Just it wouldn't be, I think, too crazy, but it's doing really good for what it is.
Mm-hmm. And while yes, the majority, if not all like the key cards in Black Yellow Luffy are 5 costs, so you can't really rest them with Perona yet. So you do need that cost reduction one way or another. So to get to that cost reduction, you have cards like Brook you can utilize. You have cards like Suru you can utilize, One-Legged Soldier, Kuzan, Ice Age, or whichever cost reduction card you play in the deck. But you could be playing cards like I'm trying to remember her name. It is a Navy card that could give you the cost reduction and extra power.
Cost reduction, extra power. Bellemere. Bellemere.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Bellemere. Bellemere is a card that you can utilize as well. Because you can reduce the cost of your opponent's card, give your leader a +1k. You're now a 6k leader that can attack over it, force a card remove out of hand. If they don't remove it, great. You don't have to use your Ryuma for it yet, and just play like a Kuzan with Brosinio instead. But if they decide to counter and save it, now you Ryuma. That's 2 cards, 1 card from your hand and the body.
Yeah, and honestly, like, there's just so many different just decks that exist that are just cards that exist. Like, I mean, we're quickly approaching year 2 complete of, getting into year 3 of One Piece, and because of that, having 7 sets of cards, there are all these cards that have been existing for a while that have never been great. But like you can be my samurai has never been a competitive card, right? Bellamere has never been considered for a card, I think, in any serious capacity. But they're both in decks like these right now, and I think that's really fun.
No, absolutely. We do see that 5k attack at life, putting Luffy down to 2 and hitting a trigger to search a 2-cost Luffy. So that second to last life there, that could potentially be that 5-drop Luffy. There's the You Can Be My Samurai, drawing 2 cards. These Otamas, they're doing nothing anyway.
Yeah. There's very
and
nice.
A Kuzan.
And a Kuzan.
Yeah, that's draw 3. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Yeah, I think so we also, one thing to note, Makino did look through life, so we did put that event there to be able to get that draw, which is nice, for free. And since we're down to 2 life, I think the biggest thing with Luffy is being able to do that balancing act of trying to be at the right life total at the right time to be able to get max value.
Yes, you want to be at that value. We do see a 6k swing here. As Perona, I don't want to take too many hits from Luffy, because once you get to that late game, you're gonna be taking a lot of 11k hits back to back to back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing 5 dons active, we did see that Sabo get him picked up to the hand, so we can expect the Sabo come down following turn.
Yeah.
If not Sabo, it could be Luffy also.
All right, Otama number 3.
It's like, I don't need Otama. Let's just rest it. Oh, Luffy. I am at 2. So you can't. That Kuzan does get removed, and you get to draw 1.
Yeah, that Luffy's great. It's such a good card. If we're losing reject, it's essentially like a reject. That's a 1k, right? That replaces itself. Like, it's just so flexible as a card. Sometimes like 5 costs ruin your day, but there's just so many 4 costs that it hits, and you get being able to get a card removal off of your Luffy loop is really nice too.
And having that trigger, if there's a Borsalino, that trigger can kill it.
Yeah, it's never the worst card in any area.
Yeah, we do have another Kuzan on play and a Momo. So Momo will probably get answered by the Makino here.
Yeah.
Momo into Hiyori, okay. Hiyori is a really good card.
Yeah.
Specifically this deck.
Yeah, you get to do some really cool, like, again, like Moria into playing Hiyori rested to be able to play the card that you want active is really nice. You can do, there's just a lot of just neat combos. Like, you can play Hiyori Otama. Hiyori is rested, but then and Otama finds You Can Be My Samurai or something. You bounce the Hiyori back to play something active, and then you have 2 things for your samurai effect. Like, there's just so many different ways to get card advantage.
Absolutely. Because then there's nothing, like, you can play the Momo active and Hiyori rested off the Moria, because now you can still use the Momo effect to search. We do have the Sabo in play now. Once we get to that 10 Dawn turn, that's when we really have that opening of, all right, I can do this, do that. I have enough cards in my hand, so I can do the full combo, take my own life, and put the cards back in my life. Well, we see our big bosses coming down for Perona soon, because Perona does need to establish those bodies before Black Hole Luffy pops off, because if those bodies are not established, it's going to be very tough.
Yeah, I agree on that. And our boss monsters usually are like Isho, or like, I know Sabo. 8-drop has been added for quite a couple builds, so I like what they can do, and obviously 8-drop Moria, right? And
Yeah,
I think if Perona can continually establish their 8 drops, you just can't beat that deck.
absolutely not. It's just you just chain them back to back to back each turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's one turn into another, and of course you do have the you can be my samurai to just all right. I don't have it in my hand, but I played it this turn on my 10 Dawn. I have extra Dawn remaining. I can still use you can be my samurai. Rest my 2 bodies. Draw 2 cards. I might find it there. I might not. And of course, you can run Sabo in your deck where you're able to draw even more cards. Hiyori draws you a card as well.
Yeah. We got the Machina's cleared 2 bodies so far. It's been swinging.
It's getting so much value. All right, there's the swing. First damage on the Perona. We are at 3 life with an insane number of cards in hand. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, both players having an insane amount, and that I don't know. Like I like what these end games get to be like. They're just such grind fest. There's so much value you can get. Like you can compared to a lot of other metas where like you max out at like 5 cards in hand. You can get super greedy.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the point where all right, who can take more cards out of the opponent's hand in the most efficient way?
Yeah, and that's why I like being able to establish 8-drop Morias are great, or Ishos, Sabos, 10-drop, like bunch of good different cards. The reason that it's important is because those can pressure into Luffy for free, right? Like Kuzan's a good card, but late game, it's not really going to do anything. They're probably going to have Sabo blockers up. You need to attach 4 Dawn to pressure a 9k leader. You really can be defensive there.
Yep. So we'll go Sabo into Borsino. We don't see the big body being played, but Hiyori is in the trash.
Yeah.
Toy Soldier in the trash. It looks like it's going to be a setup for next turn because Toy Soldier is able to do a -3 cost, I believe. Yeah. Toy Soldier does -3 cost. So you do need 1 more cost to go to be 4 or less. But you have a Kuzan. Kuzan can do that. So we do have the answer to Moria if a Moria does get played.
Yeah, and we could have attacked into the Machino, but knowing that they could just block with Sabo for free. I mean, if we wanted to bait out like the Kuzan attack to get rid of a Machino, we can, but I don't. That's probably not worth it.
It's probably not happening, but I do believe attacking on the Perona before playing the Borsino would have been good, because then you don't know. Your opponent might swing the Kuzan into the Sabo, going for 9 into 6. Does require double 2k to answer it. Or you just do it at the very beginning of your turn before playing either Sabo or the Borsino.
All right, we said that also, the other match we wanted to watch was a grind fest. This is definitely a grind fest in its own right, huh?
It definitely is. It's just green and yellow. It's those 2 colors, green and yellow. Or actually blue and black. Every color. Actually, no, thinking about it, every color is a grind fest unless you're playing red.
Yeah, red's the savior. Yeah, red purple law players will never go to time. They never want to lose to that. They want to lose from either finding 3 Gordons or 0 Gordons, right?
Correct. So going with a 6k swing, we take a 2k out of hand. That is the Isho.
All right, I reset humans audio source. If it's still rough, let me know. But it should sound better now.
Apologies. I do not know what happened. I did not change anything on my side, at least.
Yeah, usually changing things fixes anything. Like things will just pop down. Saved. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
It might just be needed that refresh.
Yeah.
We have an ace coming down.
And
ace into Sabo.
That's pretty good.
Ace does have rush, and then Sabo. I'm protecting the ace. That Ryuma will not kill it. No.
What do you think about 5-cost ace in Black Yellow Luffy? You think it still deserves a spot?
Oh, definitely. It still deserves a spot. However, it does not deserve the full 4 slot anymore, though.
Yeah, I think it can do like a 2 and 2, or I don't know. I've been playing some 0s and 0s with it, and I haven't super missed it either. So maybe I'm just kooky. I don't really
miss it. I think anywhere between 1 and 2 is fine. 3 seems a lot, at least for the 5 for the adult. For the young ace, it really depends on whether you care about it or not, how much you care about it. Like, do you prefer? You want to see it. You definitely want to see the ace, right?
Yeah.
But you only need to see at least one. Same for the 5 cost. As long as you see at least one of the young ace, it's fine. But personally, I probably want to play 3 with him at least, simply because I don't always have it in my trash, and if I have it in my trash, sometimes I want to play it from my hand, just hard play myself, and just use my effect and put the ace from my trash into my life.
All right.
So starting with 6.
Yeah, which being able to attack into these blockers are pretty nice. Like Perona, I think has a good matchup because we can answer these Sabos way better than a lot of other decks. So be able to get the reduced cost. Oh, the Bart! I love this card.
Oh, that's Bart's. It's so good here because Bart's effect. It's on your turn. If a character's rested from your own effect, draw 1 trash on you. Fix your hand.
Yeah.
So in this case, Perona has a permanent mind resting effect.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a Sakazuki leader effect on a deck that desperately wanted it. So we get to put Ryumas in our trash if we need to set them up for 8-drop Morias. We get to cycle deeper, just draw more cards so we see more cards. And it's a 3/4 blocker, which means if we're playing 8-drop Kid, we can play it off of it. And if you want to get removed by, like if Trafalgar Law is trying to remove it with their leader effect, they have to give it some sort of minus.
Mm-hmm. And not just that, being a 3/5, yeah, like you said, that law, like you either Gordon, and not just Gordon, Fork Film Law, Otama.
It just means like they have to invest another card at least.
Yeah, the requirement of investing an extra card doesn't feel good for your opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, ace.
All right. I think we were like hard digging for this card because we probably put it there with Makino for a while now.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time, but all right, we do have the +2 gain on your leader.
Yeah, don't forget to signify that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And remember, it's not automatic. You must.
Yeah, it's up to 1 leader. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, yeah, it's insane. Yeah, we're not seeing any Morias, any of our big costs from Perona. Which, if we played Perona like a turn ago, it'd be putting a lot of work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, double 2K, or sorry, 2K 1K. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's either going to Life or Kuzan. One has to be one of those two. We do see the Hiyori putting 1 back. So we can assume that is one of the adults.
Yeah.
Questions, which one?
Now, we don't even have to put a card back, right? But
you don't.
Yeah, I think being able to do this, we're going to get a Rocket Luffy.
Rocket Luffy. That Sabo was not played this turn, so nothing is protected. He can remove either Kuzan or the Barto. He chooses for the Kuzan because that cost reduction can be devastating.
Yeah, I think I would have at least swung into the Kuzan. I would have taken a blocker, but we should be okay. And then lastly, we're going to use our leader effect. We have 2 Dawn underneath it, so we are able to put discard a card and put 2 5 costs into our life face up. And we're looking at what that's going to look like.
Mm-hmm. No, we have Sabos in there. We have Ace in there. So Sabo, Ace, Luffy. I don't think we've seen any the starter deck Luffy, the potential 5/8 Luffy yet.
I don't think we have. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the 5/8. Because otherwise I think we would have been awakened a little, or not awakened, down to 0 life a little bit earlier.
Yep. All right, go for 2. Is it going to be Sabo? It is Sabo. But we are using a lot of cards from hand here. Draw 2, discard 2. We're, let's see, 7 cards. We're down to 5 cards in hand. Slowly chipping away at those cards. And then that is a very, very big leader. That's the effect was used 3 times this turn.
Yeah.
So that's it's 11k alt. Oh my.
Yeah. So if you're attacking anything, it's probably going to be this ace. But luckily, with our leader effect, we can rest this Sabo. We can probably attack into the Sabo and the Ace just to get that value and some removal. Or
Oh,
we play the 10
that's
cost
pretty good
Dofi.
too. That's pretty good. Just say, all right, you're not attacking with those two. It's fine. The Sabo can stay. But we can expect a potential Moria coming down right now. And since that Luffy is there, it's also potential for another 11k leader again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not gonna do anything really. All it really does is okay, it's not going through because Dolphy is there. You still have blockers. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Also, you also run out of cards from hand.
Yeah, you are starting to be a little bit thin on that side.
Yeah. We are seeing 8 tapped.
Yeah, it looks like our Moria. So we're going to play as our 5th card, but then use its effect. We're going to get 2 cards into play, so we can get out the Luffy, and we're actually going to put Ace into our trash. Interesting.
So I think you put there so we can bring it back out later.
Mm-hmm.
So first bring out the Luffy. That's a plus 2k. And now we still have our leader effect to put more cards back into the life.
Yeah.
You kind of need that in order to use your Sabo.
Yeah, so we're going to use that. We're going to discard a Garp.
Definitely need that Sabo in there because yeah.
All right, and we're going to put
Sabo.
Yep, Sabo and starter deck Luffy.
There's the starter deck Luffy. Definitely needed that earlier because I'd rather have an AK leader. Oh, not AK leader. AK Luffy on both turns than Rocket Luffy right now because Rocket Luffy's not going to do much unless there's a real Mo on board or Kuzan. That is 2 blockers and a 9k leader. Discarding 2k.
That's very expensive.
Wow. Here's the thing though. Once your leader is 9k, your 2k is essentially 1k. Your 1k is essentially 2k because you're probably only gonna get 9k swings from your opponent. Very rarely will you get an 11k swing from your opponent.
Yeah.
And if you do, you have blockers for that.
Yeah. So another Dofi I think would still be very strong for us if we had it. 8-drop Moria, being able to get some cost reduction to maybe mess with one of those Sabos, I think would be good too.
Mm-hmm. I personally like the Dofi the most if you're able to do it here, since the only way to attack the Dofi now is you put Dawn onto the Moria to swing into it, but you can't do that. The moment you do that, you're not using another Moria following turn.
Yeah, but it looks like we're just like not finding our top end that we're really needing, because again, like we haven't seen any Morias, we haven't seen any. We don't know exactly what they're playing, but it could be like E-shows, no 8-drop kids, no anything, no Sabos. Like all these cards are very good at what they do, and the biggest thing that they do is just be free pressure into a 9k leader.
Oh, Brook -1 cost or something. He can start attacking into the wherever gets rested. All right, there's the 8 into it. Give me a blocker or let it die.
All right,
give it a blocker.
Give it a blocker, and then we got 10-drop Dofi, which will probably. Oh, we're passing. I don't know if that's right.
I don't know about that.
I think 10-drop Dofi could have done an attack.
Definitely you definitely got to turn that sideways. You can't leave that up like that because Luffy can attack. Sabo can attack. Moria can attack.
Yeah.
You have 4 attackers. Yes, you have 2 life and 2 blockers, but like you're way too afraid right now.
Yeah, I think that you can get out of things, but I mean, we only have 4 cards in hand for Perona, so we might be, if we have like 2 bricks, I'd be obviously nervous, but.
Even then, I think the Dofi has to turn sideways to warn out. All right, the only way to get over this Dofi is by putting Dawn onto your characters and attacking with it. And there's no way of doing so without putting yourself in danger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is just the symptom of this deck. If you don't find your Peronas, or not your Peronas, your 8-drop Morias, it gets humbled really quickly, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's removing the Brook. Get the card back. There's the 9 lead.
Hello, Moria, probably.
Yep.
If I haven't seen it all
Probably
game, I know one's in life for sure. Yeah, the worst timing.
Yep, there's another Moria. So let's say that Dofi was rested now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way of attacking into it except with your leader, which is 11k. Sure, it's 11k. You can defend it with a 2k, or you can defend it with a blocker. That's fine. That's not an issue. And that Sabo would not be on board. If that Sabo's not on board, the Luffy's not on board. It's one or the other.
Yeah, but I think Andrew's just doing a really good job at sequencing a lot of this correctly, making sure that we're able to get these 9k leaders continuously, and also the extra benefit of having the extra card in life is huge.
Yes, that having just one extra life. Well, yes, it doesn't go to your hand, but that's not an issue at this point. Do have the Sabo, draw 2, discard 2. Sorry, I'm gonna fix my hand up some more. I might have another Moria in my hand. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I would feel moderately safe to keep another Moria, but it is a little scary.
Yeah, having 2 blockers, 4 cards in hand, I'm fine with keeping Moria. I'm a 9k leader. So, but going 11, is it going at life, or is it actually no? It can only go at life. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought the Dofi was rested for a moment. But 11 at life, do we give up the blocker or do we take the life?
That's tough. That's very, very tough. And like the other decision is like, which blocker do we value more? And I think it's probably Sabo, even though like any cost reduction in the new Luffy can get rid of the Sabo.
Yeah, but I don't think they run that many. So it's keep the Sabo, get rid of Borsellino.
Mm-hmm.
Sabo is a bigger attacker potentially if you want to go for it. You can go 9, 9, 999, and 10 if you want to. But there's 2 blockers.
Yeah.
Do we have Dofi?
Dofi, another Dofi would be strong. Will not deny.
Dofi was strong, but I don't think it's enough to survive since down to 1 life and 1 blocker.
Yeah, I think this has just been an unfortunate case of us not finding our end game as Perona, unfortunately.
Yeah, only 1 end game card here used, which is the 10-drop Dofi. And because Sabo was played, everything is protected. There's no KOing effect coming on this turn.
Yeah, and this is the 100% the sequencing that you want. You want to be able to find your Morias. You want to be able to get your Sabo out every turn to get that protection. There's very little you can do. I mean, you can, if they were at 1 life and if you could rest, if they had 1 blocker that you could rest, you'd be in a good spot. But like with this sequencing, it's very tough.
Absolutely. Looking at math, the only way to really get through those blockers right now is Ice Age rest, and then another Ice Age and Easel. Just thinking about the only card possible.
I think the other thing that we can do is that we can, if we have like 8-drop finally, we could play that, play a reduction, like a Suru, and then we can use like the Suru to give minus cost to the Sabo so we can attack into it, and like have a blocker.
And we can bring the Borsellino back. That would be pretty good, getting a Borsellino back.
Yeah. That's like the best play I can think of. But I mean, we drew like 2 more cards, but if we haven't found Moria yet, we still haven't. And I did see a flash.
I see the flash of Dofi there, but he needed it earlier.
Yeah, sure did. Sure did.
I'm willing to bet that Dofi gave him life.
Yeah, it must have. I mean, we can like attack 10 into leader, and then like stun a Moria and their leader, which would be a lot.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, yeah, because that Ace's life, it's not leader. He's asking for 2K counts. It looks like, and there's a lot of 2Ks in that deck.
Yeah, I think attacking 10 into the Moria, they'll likely defend it.
Very, very likely.
And then
it's
you
the
get
same
to
thing
stun
as
it
attacking
still.
leader as well.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're attacking with it.
Yep.
I'm going to guess Moria. All right, 2K out with a Hiyori.
Yep. Yep. We definitely need that Brook for the rest effect. So the cost reduction there. It's a shame we don't have it right now.
All right. At this point, yeah, it stinks, but the thing about Luffy, too, is that you have to keep putting them on having another copy of Moria, right? And they've seen 2, yes. Which, I mean, they can only do this 2 more turns, right? Max.
Yes. But at that point, it's your third Moria, it's when you really seal the game. Like, 2 is already bad enough. 1, you might still win. 2, you're at a near impossible spot of winning. And then 3, I think you just auto win from there.
Yeah, but we're just starting with a big 9K, and that is the issue with this, is that 1 life, 1 blocker, 4 cards in hand. I think we'll just get the numbers to get there.
Yeah. Because now you can Luffy effect. It's you go as even as possible. Actually, the blocker's used already. You can start swinging 7s for 2 more cards, or 9 to get more cards. He has the ace from hand.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, now he can just put up 2 more life.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap from there, guaranteed. 4 attackers. Put the Dawn on. Use the effect. You're going for the 9. Takes it, and we have 7 Dawn available. Oh, 7, but
yeah, I mean, this could be 14. Sure, yep, 2K. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 7. So
7,
13.
6, 13.
All right, show us the top card of deck, Michael. Is it a Moria? I'm sure it is. Let's see. Yeah, because I think unfair to not have it.
He's looking. We know there was a Ryuma that was put on top.
Yeah.
It was Otama.
Yeah, okay.
That was a third Otama.
And
I think.
Oh, go for it.
So when he played all those Otamas and Momos, a lot of the Morias got bottom decked.
Yeah, and that's why that's my least favorite thing about the Wano package, is that you will bomb deck so many of your Morias. All right. We are here. We are at round number 4. It is Angelo with the Rob Lucci. Oh, and he got those backwards. I'll fix that in a second. But yeah, we have Angelo with Rob Lucci and Marco with the Bonney.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking. Have you dabbled in Lucci and Bonney?
I've done a good amount more of Rob Lucci. I've tried some Bonney. It's not. I feel like you are sometimes a little clunky, but when you go off with it, it feels great.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it does look like Bonney went first this game. Lucci going second. So Lucci does have the Moria curve, Kuzan curve. You're playing Kuzan, but I don't think they play Kuzan in this deck.
Yeah, I don't see that as often. I think we have enough reduction in card draw as is, and we're just going to start off with a Bonney. We're going to find our best friend Basil Hawkins, as we mentioned, is a key component for this matchup.
Very, very key component. Because here's the thing: as a Bonney leader, you don't need to leave the extra Dawn up unless they have a body on board, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you probably could have even been safe for this turn to do a big 6K if you really wanted to, because you likely won't have a target to rest with anyways.
Yeah. Because we got swing 5. That's happening. Play a body. It's not getting rested. It just It does nothing. So on your first swing, I think a swinging 6 is perfectly okay, unless your goal is, all right, I'm gonna try and bait one card from their hand somehow.
Yeah, and looking at trash real quick, we've got 2 8-drop Morias and a 4-drop Rob Lucci. I get like made fun of for this, but I play Hogback in my version. I think that card is really good for getting and quote unquote searching 8-drop Morias that have been milled later in the game. Like it's really helpful for some of these grinder matchups, I feel like.
Nope. And I'm gonna jump in. That was actually a Sabo.
Oh, Sabo. Are they so one Sabo, one 8-drop Moria, and one Rob Lucci?
Correct.
Okay, sorry.
So
those two arts get me all the time. They're too similar for me.
Yeah, it is the Seal Battle.
Got you.
Sabo.
Got you.
Like that.
But so there's one of each then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 4 different cards in that trash right now. But we do have Cavendish coming down. It's a 5 cost, but not really a 5 cost. You get the Dons back, play maybe 5 off of it. Sure, because now B5 is a really good card here because it does search you that Dolphy for the late game if you really need it. And it is also a potential pseudo blocker. Oh, we do have the Brook saying, all right, let me get rid of Cavendish. You're not getting that value.
Let's see. Yeah, we've got the we were talking about this in one of the other matches. Brook is like a sneaky tech card, I think, in a lot of decks where you think, oh, they have no way to get rid of my cards. Everything has protection. We're good to go. And Brook just kind of comes in here and is like, all right, cool. Put it into the trash. Also, I think the other reason I like playing this card is because if I'm playing against Nami and I'm a bit of a slow deck, putting 3 cards back into their deck can make quite the difference.
Oh, it does. Definitely does. You can search the 0 cost event here if you want the 0 cost. Yep, you got it. The word's too long to say. I'm sorry, I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
The name of the card is too long.
The 0 cost green one.
Yeah.
It's the side of justice is the side of whoever wins.
Yep. Oh, we got a X-Straight to remove the Lucci. We did get a 5k in first. So here you're gonna get a swing at the baby 5 most likely, and then the other body will get rested. I'm assuming it's gonna be Brook swinging, rest the leader, and then playing 8 cost, or swing of leader, rest the Brook, playing 8 cost.
All right, that one's a Moria. I can see that. My poor eyes can see that one's a Moria. Mm-hmm. So we've gotten so many in trash, but we have the E show. That's a great hit.
That's painful.
Yeah, I think in this meta where we need to try to find we need just more cost reduction in some cases. E-show is great. It's also an 8-drop 9k, which guess what? Those are good values for cost to strength ratios too. So he's been
absolutely
again very strong in this meta.
Yeah. Right here, so all you need is 1 Don. Just put 1 Don on the E-show and say, all right, I can minus 3 cost your entire board and remove anything I want. Oh, there goes a Dolphy and a Viola. So that's a 2k and a Dolphy. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would be upset.
Yeah.
Because Dolphy is one of the better cards in this matchup, I feel like, and we're at 4 life apiece, but it's feeling like Bonney is quite a bit behind at this point.
Yeah, because one of the big thing is if you have Dolphy, you do need another card. You can't just work with only Dolphy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are at 9 Dawn. Your best card that works with Dolphy is Uroge.
Yes.
It is the Supernova Falling Monk Pirate that where entering it 1 year Dawn active. So you can play a 10 cost, Dolphy, keep your guys rested. Play that. Now you have a Dawn for your leader effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then from there on, it's going to be rinse and repeat consistently. Again and again and again, because your Dolphy will swing at a body. Your Bonney will rest into rest something else that gets played. And then you go, all right, here we go. Dolphy again. Dolphy again. It's so scary.
right, 1 second. Sorry, I need a message real quick.
Hawkins does get played here. Hawkins can. The only way to protect Hawkins is you need to rest something.
Yes. So if all your cards are rested, but the issue with it in this matchup is that most of your removal cards, unless you're playing the event card removal, it's because you played a card in active, right?
Yep. I mean, the way to really get it is not even Rebecca, because Rebecca can play something rested. It would have to be a full board Rebecca in order to play it over the Rebecca, so it comes out rested.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the one and only way to avoid
I
it.
guess you're right. Yeah, because you use Rebecca, replace it with Spandine.
Yeah.
And then replace Spandine with Rob Lucci rested. Yeah, I guess you're right.
But that's
asking a lot.
At that point, we get to that point. Yeah. Once you get to that point, it's the value to removal. I guess it's valuable to remove a 7K attacker anyway, and a blocker. It's just the efficiency. Are you healthy enough to really let the Rebecca go or not?
Yeah. And so we're attaching a Dawn to each show, giving -3 cost to everything. So it would be beneficial to probably try to get rid of that X-Drake. Mm-hmm. We're going to use our leader effect.
10K into life. We don't care about the X-Drake. Oh! Sabo. X-Drake does get removed. Yep.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I don't think it really matters unless they're playing 10 drop Dofi. You didn't have to remove the Basil. Mm-hmm. I think you can just choose not to target the Basil, right?
Yeah. So start with 5K. Do we have the Dofi?
Oh, we might. Yeah, that could be a big mistake, getting punished by resting that Sabo. Yeah, it looks like we do.
That was the fastest 10 Dawn turn you can find in the West.
Yes. All right, so going down to 2, our entire board is stunned, which is pretty rough. And if they can chain their Dofis, like there are a lot of scenarios where chaining Dofis just win you games, and again, just really unfortunate that Sabo's not active.
All right. Do we have multiple Tempest kicks?
We have 1, and there's another Moria for the trash. I think we've gobbled up at least 3 at this point.
Isho got put in the trash as well.
Oh yes, the SP. I see chat. They're talking about which one's better, the SP or the alt art from set 3. I honestly I like the alt art a little bit more. Like the art for the SP is better, but to identify what the card actually is, I like the alt art from set 3 a little bit more.
It looks like Dofi is sticking around. We're seeing a Sabo being played. So if you can chain another Dofi here, it's devastating.
Mm-hmm. And 4 for probably a Borsellino if you got it. Yeah, sure do.
Yep. So we got a Borsellino at Sabo. All right. Let's see. How many cards in hand? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like. 4 cards in hand.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think Bonney has, around 6. So more, but not much more.
He's splitting the Dawn, so I don't think a Dofi is coming down.
Yeah. That's the largest bait I've ever seen. if they did.
Yeah, we did rip one of the Dofis from hand, so that's 1 less for sure.
Yeah.
But if that second one's in hand, oh my goodness.
All right, 10 Dawn to work with. We can. The thing with Bonney is like it just has real lackluster removal. You can be really obnoxious. You can rest things. You can prevent things from being blockers. But if you really just need to get a card off board, you don't have a lot of ways to do so.
Yeah. But for Bonney though, we're starting with 6K. So there goes to 2K. All right. We still have 2 blockers on board. Do we go 10 at life or 10 at a body?
Regardless, Borso gets the block.
Yep. Bonney here would be pretty good. Keep one of the bodies rested.
Yeah. Also, 8-drop Kid wouldn't be the worst.
Oh, that's 8. That's 8. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Don Quixote dos Rosinante.
That's pretty good too. Can we play a Bonney off this? No. Cavendish is
Cavendish.
also
Okay.
good.
We got 2 more Don to mess
Play
with.
with. We got more toys to play with.
Could have meant like our Bonney was okay. We're looking up the card. Okay, that's fair. It's a secret rare, but it wasn't. It's not the best one. I will admit.
Yeah, it's not the best.
As
Yeah,
someone who
but
opened up 2 alt arts of it, yeah, not so good.
however, in the case of Bonney, it's actually very good.
Yes. So it has this effect of on play. You get to play a 5-cost green card. It's specifically cost of 5, and it's specifically green, so it works for that Cavendish. And then it protects only active green 5 costs. So it's very specific on 5-cost green cards, which is a little bit unfortunate since it could have been put into a multicolor deck where I think Moria lost a lot of that color restriction. But we're going to play the 2-drop Rosinante with it as well. And this is a rough board.
That's a really, really good board because Rosinante can protect every single one of your rested bodies.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that, I mean the blocker, not the other one.
Yeah.
We do have 2 Rosinantes on board.
There's just so much protection on this board. 8-drop is protecting the 5-drop active card. 2-drop Rosinante is protecting all the rested cards. Basil Hawkins still has its once per turn protection. This is really tough. Oh, but we have 3 Tempest kicks. That's insane.
Right. Before we get into the play, if it does happen,
yes.
If Lucci is played and you're targeting both Rosinante and wherever it's being KO'd, Rosinante can
protect
it first before being KO'd.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's the official ruling for it. The idea is that Rosie can it activates before the thing gets KO'd. So since you get KO'd at the same time, you get to use its effect to protect the other thing. So if they're trying to play Rob Lucci, you will only get rid of that 2-cost blocker.
Correct. So right now, essentially every single card on the board is protected. A multi-KO will not work. He needs to KO the Rosinante first and then KO something else.
Yeah. Also, a minor thing, I saw this in chat too. Rosie only protects base cost 5. So if you reduce the cost of the Cavendish, you don't get the Rosie still gets the protection of it.
Correct.
Which I've never really considered until right now.
Yep. It's one of those things where, all right, there's going to be a lot of cost reduction going on because that's what Black works around. So to work around it, we're going to make it so original. Having that original cost there, it's extremely helpful. And it's the same thing applies to what's his name? The blocker. What's his? Shoot, I'll remember in a moment. Shariah. There we go.
Shariah. Yeah.
Same thing applies to Shariah. If you do a power reduction on it and then he blocks, the power reduction is still on the card.
All right, they're going a big 9 into probably Basil. You might want to get the block, but you can still play the Spandine to play the Rob Lucci to be able to get rid of the Dofi. So if you're trying to bait out the Rosie blocker, I think it's a good call, but it did not work.
But it's not working. He's protected. He's like, I don't care about the Basil Hawk. It did enough. I countered. All right, how about now? Another 9.
Yeah.
Now I block because everything's used.
Yeah, everything. No protection needed. And with these 2 bodies on board, 1 card left in life, Bonney, I think, is going to take this pretty quickly.
This looking a lethal turn right now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh, Hody, just in case.
He's like, all right, I'm going to put on more because I can.
Yeah, so even if we did leave the Sabo up, Hody would have been fantastic. We're going to get 2 Dawn back from Cavendish attacking. So we're going to go a quick 8 into lead, get 2 Dawn back. Yep. And then we have an 8K, an 8K, a 10K. 10K. Yeah, we're going to get there.
This is brutal. 2K, 1K, 1K.
Oh, we get out
2
of it.
cards left in here. I'm not losing that,
Yeah,
but
but
I'm
11.
losing to the Rosinante.
Yeah, and I mean, Rosinante was doing so much work already that I think you're going to lose to it no matter what.
Yes.
Just the fact it was able to put Cavendish on board, put some more protection, it got a lot of value for Bonney. All right. So we've got us round number 5. We got 4 undefeated once again. They are this Bonney and this Gecko Moria, as well as on table 1 we've got Red Purple Law versus the Black Yellow Luffy.
All right. Who do you think gonna win here? The Bonney or the Moria? Oh, right there. So when there is a body in play already on the other side, you do want to leave the extra Don open.
Yeah.
However, if there's no body, that's when it's okay. I'm gonna push everything in.
Yes. And I was going to say too, one, the fact that kind of like Rob Lucci, your leader has an impactful attack means that you have to make a decision of what you're losing when you're playing against Bonney. But then also you can do things here where they resolve their when attacking first, and then you can use your Bonney effect. You can rest this hog back right now.
Indeed. And I would definitely rush the hogback and just keep on swinging into it. I'm gonna take bodies from your hand. Constantly keep on taking a card from your hand. If you want to protect the hogback, that's a card from your hand. Protect the hogback, another card from your hand.
Yeah. 100%. And also, kind of the other thing is that most people are like, all right, cool. Well, Moria was a lot of fun, but set 7's here. I don't want to play with you anymore. We're going to be playing with our Rob Lucci, which is our new deck. But honestly, look, Moria still has a lot of gas for it, right? It has like, I think a little bit more consistency than Rob Lucci has. And maybe Rob Lucci has more extension for their plays. But yeah, the deck is still really, really good for Moria.
There's the Rogue. That's a very, very good card for Bonney because here you will get the extra Don back. You're able to swing 6K at the hogback. If you protect the hogback, that's fine. That's a card from your hand. That's a 2K from your hand. If you don't protect the hogback, it's gone. That's fine. Now you're Moria again. You can swing, play another body. Body will get rested. What then? You can constantly keep on swinging at the body. Oh, resting 5? 6. Yeah, resting 6. So that's a Sakazuki to pop the blocker. Here, I don't like that play. Reason being, should have swung 5K first.
Yeah, because you can just rest the Sakazuki, right? But maybe they just wanted to not like give you value from the Uruj. I think Bonney would have taken it no matter what. But
yeah, you take the hit no matter what. If you don't take the hit, I don't think you counter. I think you just 100% take the hit. Because as a Bonney, it's fine. You can go down to 0 life, and if you're playing Kid or you're playing blockers, they can't get around them.
Yeah, and we're just gonna rest the brand new, so it doesn't seem like it really mattered. But I do think if I used to play Bonney, I would need like a special Dawn that I would have to have set aside to just continually remember, like, hey, you should use me in for my leader effect, because I'll just stare at my opponent and not use it. It's pretty bad.
Remember to rest it.
All right, looks like we're playing our 2-drop Bonney. Also, it's crazy how much like 6-drop Sakazuki has come back into the meta after being pretty absent since like set 4, right?
Even older, because I don't think Sakazuki was used except if you're playing Lucci or the old Lucci, by the way.
Yes.
The old Lucci
OP03 Lucci, yes.
Yeah, and other than Lucci and Smoker back then.
Yeah, and I think that the other funny thing, like I remember like Sakazuki and OP05, a lot of people experimented with the 6-cost Sakazuki, but I think it got like immediately replaced by 7-cost Borsalino. Like after a couple weeks, like that removal was just way better, and our cost reduction was so high.
Yes. So we do have the X-Ray to KO, the brand new. It was a 5K out of life. We countered with a 1K.
Yeah, but we didn't leave a Dawn open this turn. That's pretty rough when there's a 5, your leader and the Sakazuki out. It's probably going to try to do some pretty big damage here.
Mm-hmm. Starting with a 7, we do have 8, so that means a Moria play is very much possible. And we do have the brand new in there already. So we do have the Resource Moria.
Yeah. And
7K.
yeah, we use the 0 cost event with the 8 drop Rosie to get out of that 7.
We don't have extra Dawn available to use, so you can. Oh! Isho.
Oof.
Oh, that's
That is rough, especially because I think
really
we had 8 in hand. We went down to 6 with that, and then
yeah,
yikes! That's quite the call out that they would do that.
Rosinante and Bonney off of that.
Yeah, rough. That might have just won you the game on the spot.
I think so too. That's another 5. Remove your searcher. Oh man, there's so much advantage now. Ripping 2 more cards in hand. We're down to 4. Draw 1. You have 5. 5 cards in hand. I don't even know if Dofi can do anything here. Yeah, you can Dofi rest it, stun it too, but that's not gonna do anything because he can put the Dawn on the Isho. If he has extra cost reduction, the Dofi can easily get removed.
Yeah. We're putting aside what I think 5 and 4.
It looks, yeah, it is 5 and 4. 5 and 4. Oh, he can't even Dofi. He's on 9.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't even Dofi here. Oh no.
I mean, we could like 8 and 1 and play like a a useless kid, but like that's not even like super great here, especially with Isho on board.
All right, we'll start with a 6K. $2K counter. We knew that 2K was there from the start of the game.
A 5K.
So we do have all 9 available to use. How does he want to work it? I mean, he is able to play Cavendish for 5, get 2 downs back, and then play another 5 cost, leaving 1 up. There's 5.
All right.
Cavendish.
Yeah, we get 2 Dawn back, so maybe
Can
like
we get Bonney here?
Basil Hawkins, maybe another.
I think a Bonney would be pretty good.
Oh,
it's a
Luffy. Interesting.
If you have 3 or more characters, which
we do.
Your 3 cost or lower characters other than Luffy cannot be KO'd by opponent's card effect. Here's the thing. 3 or more characters. All he has to do is attack over the
Extra. Yeah.
And that condition was no longer met.
And it only protects what? I mean, it doesn't protect anything that's on board anyways, right?
So it's asking for 3 cost or lower characters.
Yeah.
If
you reduce the cost, I see. Yeah, because it's not base cost. I see.
Yep, it's not base cost. This is not Rosinante.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I've not seen this card. I'm always like, why do you want to protect your Barts and stuff? But in like mirror matches, when it's already a supernova, that's actually a pretty nice ad.
Yep. So we've got a brand new and Absalom. Brand new does search for nothing. That's pretty common by now.
Yeah,
I'm used to it. I'm used to seeing that with. And then a Absalom to KO 1 of them. In this case, I do believe the ideal target is Cavendish to.
Oh, but did we reduce cost? Oh, because we don't have 3 or more. That's right.
Yeah. We got the reduction from that 1 Dawn on the Isho.
Yeah, man. And again, if you play Isho on curve and you're ahead on board, you win so many games. It's very difficult to remove that in a lot of matchups. It gets so much value on play, and then the longer it stays on board, because like Moria is just like an 8 drop 9K that gets value when you play it, but then Isho continuing to get that cost reduction throughout the game is insane.
Absolutely insane.
Meanwhile,
on 10. We're back on 10 now.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems so uphill for Bonney now. We're not able to get anything to stick.
Starting with 6K. Takes it. And now that there's essentially 3 bosses on board.
Yeah. We got the 6-7 Sakazuki, the 8-9 Isho, and the 8-9 Moria. It doesn't really matter. Sure, we can play 8-drop Kid, but like, what's that really doing still? And no blocker to play offhand either? Yikes.
Yeah, this is all this kid is doing is stalling for time. And it's automatically a 5 cost at this point because of Isho.
Mm-hmm. So if we have like another Sakazuki, we get the removal from it. Yep, there's the -3.
3, 4.
Oh,
Hina.
Hina, gross.
That's -7.
Yep, so we're going to attack. We're going to use the effect. Pitching something. You still get to use the effect to rest something. So like one of the 9 drops, but guaranteed removal.
The Absalom.
Yeah.
Yep. It does not go on life here, this attack. This attack would still have to target the kid.
Yeah.
And then essentially fizzles.
Yeah, and then rest one of the 8-9s.
Probably Isho, right?
Yeah, probably Isho, but I guess not. Because Isho is already a 10 cost. Yeah, 10k, yeah.
Yeah. Counters the 5. Now 7.
And then, yeah, everything on Isho to get rid of a Luffy, likely. Yeah, it gets rid of it.
Yep. Yep. This is brutal. This is a very, very uphill battle. I don't think there's a way to get out anymore.
Yeah, I think Moria, again, like once Isho hit the board, game was more or less over. With them having exactly 6 cards in hand, them not having a lot of cards on board, and them not really being able to have a good way to answer this guy, Bonney gets pretty lost pretty quickly.
Yeah, Isho is definitely one of the best card in this matchup. For green, I don't think there's any card to deal with Isho except attacking over it.
Yeah, specifically Bonney. Yeah, we're gonna play Cavendish for technically 3 Dawn. We're gonna attack 5 into somewhere,
and it gets countered out. We do have 7 remaining. We can do 6 for the blocker. Yep, blocker Hawkins. We have 1 Dawn available, 1 life, and 1 blocker with what looks to be 3 cards.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, again, this game's been over for a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, it was over the moment Isho stuck.
Yeah.
So 9 takes it and counters. Oh, not counter, but stuns 1, 1k, another 1k.
Yeah, I can't even get out. Double Hody and Zoro, not good enough.
Oh man, it's all dead cards in hand.
Unfortunate.
That's not what you want to see.
So what are we looking for from both players? I think the removal with Absalom early game is really good for Moria, but with losing access to Great Eruption is a little bit less consistent on being able to do that. But
correct.
Ooh, Sindri turn 1 is really, really nice.
I personally don't like playing Sindri turn 1 in this matchup specifically. Only for this matchup, because you want the counters in your hand. You want as much counter as possible. One of the best cards for this matchup, honestly, is the 6-drop Sakazuki.
Okay, yeah, 6-drop being able to get rid of the 5-drop kid, I think, is important. I will say, very on the converse side, Sindri being able to put cards into your trash is nice because since Red Purple Law bottom deck some of your good cards, sometimes they're out of rotation where they wouldn't be in other matchups. So I think that can be kind of impactful.
It does get there at some point. The thing about Sindri is it's a 2K that you could potentially have for a future play instead. He's willing to play that race max there.
Yeah.
So in order to you can use the Absalom for it right now. Actually, I think it's worth it to Absalom it right now. Just get rid of it because you need to get rid of.
But we have to have it. I don't know if I saw it in the original draft of
No,
No, we don't even have
there
a
was
4 cost.
nothing.
Oh no.
Another one. So there's a Perona. Did not see the rest, but
Yeah.
Perona.
Perona. Man, that is rough.
Perona Tashigi is what I saw, but I didn't see the rest of it. I definitely don't want to be in the spot anymore.
Man, Yomi's channel
Just
points might be in a good position after all.
It's looking really good. Yeah, it is. She might be getting more channel points at this point.
Yeah, man. 5-drop Sindri and then leader effect, so 7 cards off the top of your deck and not finding a single target is so unfortunate.
Yep. You found the target on your 12th card. What? My goodness. Takes the 5, plays the Ein to ramp, and you don't even need to use your leader effect because you have. Oh, he does. So that means it's Sachi Penguin.
Yep, yeah,
Sachi
gotta
Penguin.
be.
Has to be Sachi Penguin. So we expect to go 6 down following turn. That race max is still sitting there.
Yeah, what a bold call out that's worked out for you. That raise max is just
very.
Yeah, that's insane. It either means that or that we just have so many extra copies of it in hand that we want to make sure that we have a low enough hand size for playing a Reiju later. But yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre.
He grabs Sakazuki off of the brand new, so Sakazuki can answer the kid when it gets played. We go to 6 out of life. Leader effect. Is there an Absalom? We know there's a Perona though.
Yeah, we know that there's a Perona, and they have 5 cards in hand. We're gonna discard a Hina. There's a Sakazuki and a Borsalino, and it's gonna have to be Perona.
So still nothing. Oh,
no Absaloms, and we've gone through Sindri twice, leader effect a couple times, almost 20 cards, and we haven't found a single Absalom.
It's just I know chat's saying race max turn 1 plays around Perona. Thing is, turn 1 race max, he's on 2 Don. So that means he draws when he goes to 6. He plays race max, he's still at 5. Perona can still be played.
It's only if you went first. Which did they?
Yes.
Did they go for? No, they didn't. They went second.
No, they went second. But it's working out. This game, it's working out.
Yeah, I can't see Ryan's face, but I have an idea what it might look like. Like just double checking. Like I have a stack of almost 20 cards right here, and not a single Absalom, not a single like Hogback to get like a Moria, nothing.
Sorry, you got 2 leader effects. That's 4.
Yeah.
You got brand new. That's 7. Yes, you have 1 in your hand. But
we've drawn like 7 cards. Like
7. That's 7 right there. 2 Sindri, 17. It's $5. You drew 2 cards, 19. You've seen 19 cards plus your 5 in your opening hand. 24 cards. No Absalom, no Hogback.
Yeah, and we brand newed as well. So yeah, still nothing.
Yeah. All right. Would it be used? He's using it. He uses the raise max. All right. It's been sitting here long enough. It's about time to use the effect. All right. Is there going to be a kid coming in? Oh, no kid. 6 leads. Just going 6s. Another 6. 6 galore.
Another 2K in the Suru.
Makes me wonder. Maybe it's okay to go put 3 on the Gordon or race map to swing with it as well.
Yeah, it just depends on what we get here.
I don't hate that.
Oh man, Ranger.
Oh no, my mic's doing the thing again.
I'll reset your.
Time to reset me again. Am I good?
You should be better now.
I hope so. All right, but we do see a Reiju playing off of the effect, followed by Shiraya. We are at 3 Dons, so we're going to 5.
Yeah. Also, it might be the way I'm capturing your voice, but I hear you fine. So the fact that I don't hear it is weird.
Yeah, it might just be the capture into the playback after that. But we are going 7, playing the Sakazuki, discarding the Hina.
Hina,
Remove the
yeah.
blocker. You need to pressure. We need to pressure here. It's going 6. I'm assuming this is going at life.
It could be at life. Wherever it was, we got out of it. But
Yep.
yeah, putting them down to 1 kind of tells them that they have to play blockers, because we're only at 5 Dawn for Red Purple Law. We don't have as much. We've only played like the Ein and Sachi Penguin. We haven't had any Bon Clays or 5-6 kids.
Yeah, there's no other blockers. I mean, there was one blocker in play, but that was answered immediately by Sakazuki. We can see a potential kid come down, but the thing is, if a kid comes down, Sakazuki stays. But we can't expect Sakazuki to be removed this turn with it being a 7k body, because we do need double reduction for it. 6 takes it. 6 again. Do we have a 2k? We do have a 2k. 6 again. You got another 2k?
Nope,
No,
going down
takes
to
it.
1.
I would do 7 here, wouldn't you? I think 7/7 is better than us.
Yeah, but I think they're just reading, like, we've played so many Sindris, and there can't be any 2Ks left, I think is what they're trying to call out.
But the thing is, this 7 here puts them down to 0 life, and then 3 cards from hand, and then you play Kick Killer off of it for another 7, because this is looking for like the Kick Killer play coming out.
Yeah.
If it's not Kick Killer, it's probably Sachi and Penguin. I like at this point, because you're at 1, they're down to 2 cards in hand and 1 life. I would prefer the Sachi Penguin or Reiju play over a Kick Killer right now.
Yeah, and something that's might sound a little bizarre, Red Purple Law could just lose next turn, like outright. We have 3 attackers. They could get rid of a brand new, but Sindri, Leader, and Sakazuki with 10 Dawn does get some good numbers. So if we don't play a blocker now, we could lose if our hand is very bricked up right now.
Yes, there's also potential in that. There's the 3. Get rid of the brand new. Is the hand bricked up? Sachi Penguin.
Sachi Penguin.
If he's willing to play a
Sachi Penguin
counter from hand, I think his hand is full of counters.
Yeah. I mean, we can go with 10. Or sorry, I think we're at 9 Dawn, maybe.
9. It's only 9 Dawn. So, if you go 5 at the Sindri, that
we have 23. 3 divided by 3. So, I think we can go like, what? 8, 7,
9 or
7, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8.
7, 8, 8. Yeah, 7, 7, 9 or 7, 8, 8. Those are your only time.
Which can get there in some universes, right?
Yes.
If we play Moria, we can maybe get like rid of 2 bodies and like play a Brook. But
I don't. That's not enough. Just with 1 life and 3 cards in hand. Well, you're gonna be down to 2 cards in hand with a single card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you have 3 cards in. Yeah, just the power play of them playing out a 2K card out of hand.
Starts with a 6. Is there enough counter? I think if you have more than enough counter to survive a full all-out swing, I just take the 6.
Yeah, and there's a 2K. Yeah, it's not too good.
7, I'm assuming this is going out of body. At this point, it can't go at life anymore. 3 1Ks.
3 1Ks to protect whatever we had there.
4 for Rebecca. Grab a 2K counter.
What was the middle card they countered with?
And another 2K counter. Which?
One second.
I can't tell.
it was a chopper. I looked like a raise max for me for a second. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was the alt art chopper.
All right, we got 2 Rebecca's. We know he grabbed 2 2Ks, and that means 3 cards in hand. 2 of them are 2Ks. What do we got?
Yeah, I mean, 2 blockers are pretty nice.
Yeah.
That does help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do 2 damage. We have 5 attacks. Guaranteed.
2 damage, 5 attacks, and we got 6 Dawn. Because right now, because of those 2K blockers, 5Ks are the equivalent of 6Ks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I would do, honestly, I'd do a 7 here.
Yeah.
Because then
7 there, but I think it's the same thing regardless of 6 or 7.
Yeah, because they're just going to block no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. I think just do the Dawn -3 now. Remove the other blocker.
Yeah.
Do we have a rush?
We do. Yeah, that's too bad.
I think it's just 5.
Oh, we're still doing 6s. 6. Another 2K?
I don't think the 2K over 0.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, 6.
6.
Yeah, and there's finally we get an Absalom. Finally.
We found the Absalom. Oh, it only took until the last life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, there's the GGs.
GG.
Lazarus is our winner with the red purple law, overcoming the odds. Unless you're Yomi choosing the red purple law, easy outcome for her.